Guys, welcome back. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm going to be painting some interior doors with a single stage matte black finish. It's automotive single stage from Summit Racing. I've already sanded these down with 400 grit sandpaper, and I scotch-brighted inside of all the openings, so we're ready for paint. We're going to go right to paint. We're not going to put anything down underneath it. This has a primer on it that came from the factory, and we're going to go right over it with single stage urethane matte finish. So I'm going to get these set up in the spray booth, and then we'll paint them up real quick. All right, I'm getting ready to mix up the paint here. This is what I'm using. The Summit Racing. It's hot rod flat single stage, but this is matte finish. They sell it in flat, matte, satin, and then gloss. So that's the four finishes that they offer it in. We're using the matte finish. It's going to take 2 to 3 coats on these doors. I'm actually going to probably, no, let's use this one. We'll probably do a light to medium coat on the first one and see how it's looking. This is a 4-to-1 mix, 4 parts paint, 1 part hardener. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up. I'm not going to add any reducer to it. Just to see, I don't think I'll need to. Maybe 5 or 10%. Maybe just a little bit to thin it out. I'm going to use a medium hardener rather than a slow, just so it'll dry a little quicker, because I'm supposed to take these back tomorrow. So I want to make sure that they're dry. These are a solid core door. Well, particle board core, that's how everything is nowadays. But it is a solid core door, so it should, I should be able to heat them up a little bit and not worry about them warping or anything like that. If they were a hollow core door, I don't know that I would put a lot of heat on them, because I would be afraid that they might warp. Just adding a splash of reducer in there. Got a new gallon, I should have poured it sideways, but that's all right. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this up really good, and we're going to go out there and get the first coat on and see how it looks. Yeah, I'm going to stir that for a good minute or two. Make sure it's all stirred up really well. Right here, I'm going to mix up a second batch of paint, and then I started spraying and realized that I didn't put the cap on the top all the way, so it was dripping a little bit. So I had to put the stop and tighten the cap up. Okay, now I'm getting ready to mix up my third batch. The second time I stopped, I didn't have the lid on all the way. These disposable liners, you got to be really careful with it. If the lid's not snapped all the way around, it'll drip, and that's what it was doing. So I had to stop, come back in here, and redo the lid. And now apparently I made it super tight to where I can't get it off. All right, so I'm gonna get this filled up, finish spraying those, and then I'm gonna show you what the first coat looks like. Okay, so the main thing is you have to make sure that this is really dry before you put your second coat on. You want it to be as uniform as possible. If you have a lot of shiny spots and dull spots, wait a couple extra minutes before you paint, because if you keep everything the same consistency after the first coat, if everything is the same sheen across the whole panel, you'll be less likely to have blotches in your paint job. And because the second coat is what's going to determine what it's going to look like. So if I run out there right now and throw a second coat on one of these doors that are still partially shiny and partially dull, you're going to end up with that on your final coat. You'll have some areas that are shinier than others. So I'm going to give this a good 15 minutes, probably another 10 minutes before I start at the beginning, because I have to mix up, you know, another 2 batches after this. I'm going to do the second coat off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll take a look at what they look like after they set for 15-20 minutes and kind of cure to the sheen that they're going to be. Okay, they're drying. They look good. Obviously, they'll be a little ripply because they're just an interior house door. They're not meant to be like glass. Could you make them like glass? Sure you could. If you 2K primered them and blocked them down a couple times. But no, they look real good. So this, like I said, once again, this is just a Summit single stage matte finish black. As you can see, this is still a little blotchy over here because this one's still drying, as opposed to this first one where it's pretty much about the same sheen all the way down. So this, just wanted to make a quick video showing you that you can use automotive paint on interior house doors. It's totally doable. It's not super expensive. One of those gallons of color with hardener is like $100 and some, which I don't think is that bad, because I think this will hold up a little bit nicer than like a latex paint or something like that. That's my opinion. I don't know. I only did 2 coats on everything. I don't want to put it on super heavy. But this being a single stage, if they were to scratch it or something like that, I'm going to give them a little bottle of touch up. And they can just kind of brush it in, and it should work out just well, or just nice with, you know, a little bit of brush touch. So that's pretty much going to end this. Just a quick video. I wanted to kind of show you something different. I'll be working on the dually again later on this week, so more videos coming later this week. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.